Okay. Hey guys. I wanted to say a couple things before the video starts. One is I've been thinking about it and I do want to change my name, but I honestly have no clue what I want to change it to, and I wanted to give one of you guys the option to choose whatever my name's gonna be. So please say in the comments. Please subscribe. Please follow. I'm happy with just views on the video though. Thank you guys for all your support. Today's video will be Captain Kid, um, and it's all about Captain Kid. So all you're doing is playing events and then playing your leader and just using your leader's ability every single turn and attacking double times as much as you can. And it was super fun to make with you guys. And yeah. So let's get into the video. Um, I'll show the deck list at the end. It's more of like a Clunky Kid deck too. It's fun. I honestly enjoy this deck a lot. As you guys can see, it's just all events pretty much. So up to one of your leader characters gains plus 4,000 power during this battle, then KO. Okay, yeah, so basically all you do is rest characters. So I totally built this from like myself. So all I'm doing here is actually for first turn, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw 9k into him. I know I could have got two 6ks, but I'd rather do this and then trying to aim for that blocker if I can. Okay, so that's perfect. His hand is low. I mean, that's kind of what he wants, right? But I still think this one's winnable, but this is definitely one of the hardest ones to win against because of what it is. So I have to ditch like a 4k and then a 2k. I think honestly what I'll do is I will let this go through, obviously, and then I don't honestly, I'll just keep this one for the effect because I only had like 4ks in hand, so now I have a 2k. So I'm already at 9 cards and the game just started. This is third turn. I searched for one though off Jewelry Bonnie and never used it, so okay, so all that I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a 1k into the guy. So this is all you're gonna be doing, is you're gonna be doing this and then using Eustass's ability to trash a card and then pay 3. Pay 3. So this is all I'm doing. Just throwing big numbers at them over and over till they have no counters in hand to counter with. And they'll take for a while, and then they'll get to a certain point when they have to start blocking, and then you can kill all their blockers. You can rest them and stuff with these cards. So I don't have like a lot of the things right now, but I do have like one of the effects that we run 4 of, KO up to one of your rested characters with 4 less. And this deck is much, sorry, this deck is much more aggressive than you'd think, even though it's all effects. It's much better than you'd think. Okay, sorry guys, my thing freaked out. I am back. I only went one round, so all I did is I put 2 down on my guy, and then throw it at him, and then unrest him by throwing away a card, and then just doing the exact same thing over again. So all you're aiming for really is to get 2 attacks off him, if you can, and then have 3 to 4 dawn by end of turn. So sometimes you gotta have more, obviously. But so I attacked him twice, so I lost a card, and then he gained a card, but he lost a life. So all I'm doing right now is just surviving by doing this over and over, just by resting his characters. And all I'm aiming for right now is to start getting enough of his guys. Like if I could get 2 of his guys rested, then I'd probably pay. I have this card's pretty good, so I'd probably pay 2 to kill something like that. But I just used my Punk Gibson to rest this because he didn't have this out, and I couldn't rest this, so I played it kind of weird. But right now it feels pretty. It's like an engine right now, honestly. It's pretty. I may even actually, because I'm at 8 right now. I'm just gonna pay 6 and just get both of these items there taken out, so it's a much much more aggressive. I know this may seem counterproductive by not having any Dawn at the end of my turn, but right now I'm actually in a really good position. So, this guy does draw a card though every single turn when his hand's low, so he should win potentially. He should be winning, but obviously, as you guys can see here, he's not. The big thing that does really screw you over is big cards, but like Dawntex, he stops your character from attacking next turn. You can stand your Captain Eustass and then at least attack once with him. So instead of getting 2 attacks, you get 1, so that does suck, but it's still really good. It still does feel really well. So if he attacks with this guy, then I can use this and then kill it, and then like if he wants to really block with that or something, I can kill it. So right now I have 3 counters, 2 aggressive items, so I have to pay 3 and then trash something, and then I have to pay, and then rest of it, so 3 for my double, and then I'm gonna counter out with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna counter out with 2 attacks, so I'll have 3 extra on. So I'm gonna attack with 8 to his lead. Doesn't have tons of cards in hand, but he has a couple. There you go, he blocked. I'm gonna trash this, attack. So that just got a 5k blocker. So blockers are actually really bad against this deck. Like, impressively bad against this deck. You can't take bad guys though. Like the big guys, you're not gonna actually, So I may... So I can't rest any of this up. So the thing that actually sets up a lot of kills is Punk Gibson, because you can Punk Gibson into a Beta Beton Meteor and get some really good combos off with that. It's not always possible. What I should have done is use the trigger, but I accidentally clicked pass. But you're gonna see a lot of the trigger, like everything that you're gonna pretty much pull is a trigger, unless the event just doesn't have a trigger, what most do. This one adds 3 Dawn if you trash a card, what I think is genuinely amazing. Not always though. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor. So I have a lot of counters right now. I have 4 and 2. And like I can't stop his blocker right now, what does suck. But I mean I have 3 life. I'm in a much better position than him. So I may just keep 2. So that's a really big thing about this deck is it's like Nami, so you gotta count a lot. So 4. So 4 for this. So let's do this. So I'm gonna probably pay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can pay for 3 events, but I have to play this one first, and then I have to trash something. So 3. So 6 minus 3, because you can use this one while doing that. So I'm gonna have to pay 3 plus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This should work. There's a lot more strategy in this deck than you'd think. I think, honestly, from what I've seen with this deck, is it works. It's one of my favorite decks right now, honestly. It is one of the best decks I've played recently. I've won the most games with this one, even over an L. Like, I beat an L with this. It's hard. It's definitely hard, but if you can break that wall that they have with their life, you can win. You can absolutely win. Yeah, see, like this, he had nothing. I won. Pretty easily, actually. So we'll run a second one. Yeah. It's not gonna work. It's gonna be glitched out. I've been really loving this deck though. You guys should totally try it out. This one, honestly, I enjoy. I heard somebody built an event deck. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna throw some random events together, and I was like, oh, I almost won there, and then so I played another one, and I was like, oh, I'm winning. So Zabo's actually really bad against my deck. I mean, it's still possible for him to win, obviously, but it is harder. Honestly, all you're looking for in a mulligan are jewelry bonnies because they spawn more stuff for you. And if you can't destroy all your jewelry bonnies, then you get like multiple searches out of it. So this situation, it's really good. Don't use it as a counter, honestly, because you can everything in this deck's pretty much searchable because everything is like supernova. If the vet has supernova in it, then you can pretty much search it with jewelry bonnie. So I got second, so I can play. Yeah, I have to pay one to play it. That does really suck, but it's still not. Honestly, what I'm probably gonna do is play both of them, and then pass turn, so I can play both of them next turn, and then be able to counter, and then set one of the cards as active again, so I can have it for next turn. So, I'll take first turn. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with cost 5 or less. It's not really worth it. I think I'm gonna keep down. So this guy has like a lot of blockers in his deck. Okay, so this is a actually really bad situation that I put myself in. That's fine. But I'm already down to 3, so I'm like at where I was last game, but way sooner than I should be. So all I'm doing right now is trying to. I'll pop both these. That'll keep attack off me for a turn. That's fine. Unless he really wants to kill me this turn. I don't think he will, but if he does, he really does. The big thing to know about Sabo is you can't attack his board unless like you have 2 to 3 attacks just to like throw at him back to back to back, especially if he has blockers, because you'll never get through him. You'll never get through that person if they have blockers. That is like a really big thing to know. But the really nice thing is he doesn't really defend his own life. The only thing that really defends him is blockers that he can keep alive, because he can keep one blocker alive per turn. So you gotta really have multiple attacks. But I mean, with my deck, it's possible to do multiple attacks, so I should be fine. But like, if he can keep your board down to just a leader normally, unless you're Law or Eustass, you should be fine. So all I'm gonna do here is I do actually really want to keep these guys alive. So this one sets one of my characters to active. So I'm gonna set this one to active and save this one. And then so next turn I can tap with that. So that kept one attack off, and so I survived all that. There's some really cool strategies that you can actually do with this deck, but not always. So all I'm gonna do here is I think I'm gonna defend with the 2, okay? So I think that's fine, and then set one on as active. I have 4 things. So he has blocker now, so he can defend from a full 1 attack with no problem. So if he basically he can have 1 blocker that never dies this game. That is like a really big thing about his deck, is you can get things like that. So you may play up to 1. So this card right here, yes, it's 3, but it's actually really good because it puts your leader up to 11. Okay, it's really good. Okay, so now that I got 2 things off that's actually amazing for me. So yeah, I could have searched a Jewelry Bonnie, but I'd rather get an actual search out that I wanted. And I found what I would have searched through the other super, or through the other girl. So all I'm gonna do here is attack for 5. Yeah, I'm gonna throw away something, and then I'm gonna re-attack. Yeah, so he obviously, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trash this, and just attack with another 5k. So if I can just get stuff out of his hand, he's not like Blue Luffy. The main problem with him is he doesn't want to trash any cards, because the whole point of the deck is you take as many hits as you can. Like as soon as you have to take a hit, you just take the hit, right? So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to supernova, and it's just going to save it for one more turn, so something else has to hit it. What's not going to survive, because something's obviously going to hit it, unless they really want to hit me. What I mean is not a bad strategy, but I'm going to have more stuff in my hand next turn if they don't take the supernova from me, right? But I got one attack off. I saved one attack. There we go. Okay, so he got his blocker down. So now he doesn't have a blocker. Now we have to survive just this attack. So this isn't much. So I could have done my effect to stand up my supernova, but honestly, I didn't really want to that much, so... what I think I'm going to do here is actually use... I'll just take, obviously, because I can't. Up to one of your leader gains plus 2,000 for turn. So he can't attack with anything, so there's no point in using the trigger. But that's actually a really good trigger that will save you. So I have six counters, and then, or 7 counters now, and then two main events. And this is actually really good, so I'm going to kill these 2 things. He gets to save one, and doesn't get to save the other. But I totally forgot that he can do that. And he's not... I mean, if I was him, I'd keep the blocker, honestly. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So I didn't realize how that worked, so that was totally a misplay on my part. It didn't kill either of them. That's fine. It's totally fine. I didn't realize how this thing works, so basically it keeps everything alive. I thought I only did one character. It keeps everything alive. That's fine. All I'm gonna do, honestly, is play this. I'm just gonna play Charlotte Stone, throw something away, get 3 Dawn back. I should be fine. Because that saves me from 1 attack, right? So all I'm gonna do is do this. I gotta trash something, so I'll trash this. I survived 1 attack. Now I get to survive 1 more attack. And honestly... I'll rest one of his characters. What I should have done is actually rested one of his characters. So that is totally my fault. I could have totally not taken as much. But that's fine, because I can do that and then still survive 1 more attack. Because this one sets up a Dawn. So it's really only 1 Dawn that you have to pay. But they just want it to be a 2 Dawn. They just want it to make sure that you have to have 2 Dawn up to do it. That's the whole reason that they do it the way that they do it. Yeah. All I think I'm going to do here is, honestly, just counter out with that. And then he's probably going to attack with both. So I probably, he would have attacked with this. So he could still win. Oh, no, he didn't. He could have won right there if he did this attack, and then put the Dawn on this one and attacked with that. But he didn't, so. Play up to 1 character with 4 or less cost to, from hand. I didn't have anything, so all I'm gonna do here is take... There you go. Okay, so I could survive this turn right here if I play correctly and only correctly. So all I'm gonna do is throw a 5 at lead. He's probably just gonna take it, honestly. If he does take it, okay, he doesn't. So all I'm doing at this point is surviving. That's all I'm gonna be doing right here. So he does get me negative 2k though, so I'm gonna be down to like 3k. So we'll see if I can survive. So I did play incorrectly like 3 times because I could have kept my supernova up. I should have been attacking more too. That's a really big thing that you gotta make sure to be doing that I totally wasn't doing. Yeah. So that put me down one, so that's really bad. So he does that. I took one of his attacks away already. And then bring nothing out, so I still survive. All I'm doing right now is just countering out. Well, I mean, he's throwing a lot of stuff at me and not adding new stuff to his board. What's really good for me. But I mean, if he gets that blocker down, then I could definitely get him down to 0. It's just more. I'm stacking up my board all game, and now it's a little late, I think, but we'll see. So I only have 2 up, so I actually lose right here. Yeah. So I lost right there. I showed. So he had 2k counter in his hand. That's it. Oh, he had a 2 plus 2000 plus 2000. Okay. Okay, so I did have a third game that I had to show you guys, but it totally got messed up. The recording got messed up. I tried to re-record it with like another NL game, and honestly, it didn't go the same. And I'd rather just leave it at 2 games and then tell you guys that I did win the NL game. Because I did play one afterwards, so it is kind of good in the meta. I wouldn't say it's the best in the meta though, obviously, because Kid would just be played a lot if he was just one of the best. But I think he's kind of like Sabo, how Sabo's playable right now, if you're really good. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a good day, and please tell me what my new name should be. So this is a Kid deck. I'll highlight over each one. I don't have my camera on because I'm about to upload it, and I'm doing something else too, so please just stop when you have to. I'm not going to read each one because that'd be like 20 minutes of video. I'm honestly just going to upload it at the end of my video, so. And obviously Kid.